Tyaun Marshburn.
ABC 7's Tyaun Marshburn explains.
I'm standing in what used to be the inventory for the Rio Doso trading post. You can see this is how high water got. The owner tells me that he's devastated by this loss.
It's the second week of the semester for students here at UTEP. Now that they know where their classes are, they may be interested in finding friends. Well, Instagram has made that opportunity available right on their phones. They also have hyper bowling, where the object is to hit a color before hitting the pins. I'm aiming for blue. Yes! I'm here inside the Boys and Girls Club, and it may look like a lot, but it's actually like a drive-thru. Take a look. Kids come in, get shoes, clothes, and exit with a smile. I'm here to look for a place inside the M2 fight in Bradley. Today, Kenny had his wish grant and had a day full of military experience. Take a look.
Ty, how's the traffic looking now?
Nicole, it's a much different traffic situation than a couple of hours ago. Police say that only 2 lanes are closed now while the rest remains open. Now, we brought you this crash and traffic on Good Morning El Paso. An Amazon semi-truck hit the bridge column, and TxDOT spokesperson says that their bridge team inspected the bridge and deems it safe. TxDOT says that there are scrapes but no structural damage. Special traffic investigators say the call came in around 1:30 in the morning. Police have not said what caused the damage or the condition of the driver. Our crews this morning did see a medical examiner office at the scene, and TxDOT says that there are 2 eastbound lanes that are still closed and the rest remains open. And coming up on ABC 7 at 5, we'll hear from one student who shares what she saw on her commute to school this morning. For now, reporting live, Tyaun Marshburn, ABC 7.
One El Paso Community College professor and survivor of the Columbine mass shooting is sharing his story with the public for the very first time. ABC 7's Tyaun Marshburn attended his discussion and has his story.
The discussion is called Columbine and Everything After. It's a history lesson and a story of life after tragedy told by a former Columbine student.
The shooting started, but I did not recognize it as gunfire.
And then 17-year-old Joshua Hevert says that he thought it was fireworks as part of a senior prank. He says he was told by his teacher to run, and he did. Still not 100% sure of what happened, Hevert was home before he knew it.
My dad was coming out of our house as I was coming in. I just remember collapsing into my dad, crying, telling him, somebody said they shot up the school. I don't know what's going on.
2 students killed 12 of their classmates and a teacher before taking their own lives. Hever says the years following the shooting were filled with alcohol, drugs, and thoughts of suicide.
Finally, it kind of came to a head in 2003. I had a complete mental breakdown, ended up in the hospital, and that was really the sign that I needed more help.
Now, almost 26 years after the tragedy, Dr. Hevert is turning his pain into purpose.
And there I am again, looking very stressed out.
There's no end to it. You don't get better. You learn how to live with it better. And you learn how to find your peace.
Hevert also lived in El Paso during the August 3rd shooting.
There's no one from the outside who can really understand what El Pasoans went through that day. Just like those people on the outside of the Columbine community in 1999, there's no way that they could understand the things that we went through the same way that we understand them. And in some ways that's isolating, but in some other ways it's incredibly powerful, because there's that unspoken acknowledgement that we've been through this and that we've got each other's back.
The next discussion will be April 23rd. You can find the time and location by looking for this story on KVIA.com. Reporting, Tyaun Marshburn, ABC 7.
It was a shocking find. Concordia Cemetery is the oldest cemetery here in El Paso, but one man says what he saw there was truly unexpected. ABC 7's Tyaun Marshburn has that story.
I'm here at Concordia Cemetery. It's the final resting place for legends like gunslinger John Wesley Hardin and El Paso's first mayor, Ben Dowell. But one resident says one thing he wouldn't expect to see here are human bones.
It looked like something that dug it out, but it's kind of like, you don't see a jaw in a cemetery hanging out.
But that's exactly what resident Michael Case says he and his family saw while walking through the cemetery.
What's kind of weird is a cemetery and you see a body, coming up. The security guard told me there's a fox in here, but there's a lot of squirrels coming out, but they live in all those trees over there.
Louis Zamorano with Concordia Heritage Association says foxes on the property are to blame.
It's rare when it happens, but it does happen. Since this cemetery has been open since 1855, Wooden caskets deteriorate over time, and that's more than likely what happened is that the casket was deteriorated, and it's, now it's just pretty much wood chips and bones.
He says the association is a nonprofit and volunteers work to preserve the cemetery's rich history.
We've been here and we have family here, resting here. My grandfather, my grandmother, aunts and uncles. We take pride in wanting to give back and keeping the cemetery nicer than it would be if nobody helped.
Meanwhile, Kay says the cemetery should reach out to the community to help clean the grave sites.
These are El Pasoans that built the city. And, now they're just resting on, you can't even find their names or their headstones are broken.
We asked who is responsible for the upkeep of the headstones.
That's a tricky question because normally, the upkeep of your gravesite in a cemetery that doesn't have a maintenance crew is the families. But since, again, the cemetery has been here since the 1800s, a lot of families have either since passed on or moved away.
Zamorano says they have replaced over 22 headstones in the last 2 years, and they will continue to make improvements.
I have a lot of pride in El Paso. I have a lot of pride in this cemetery is the only cemetery, one of the only cemeteries, this one in Evergreen, that are in the heart of El Paso. The rest of them on the outskirts. This one, I don't want it to be forgotten.
For a list of upcoming fundraisers to help with the upkeep of the cemetery, look for this story on KVIA.com. Reported from Concordia Cemetery, Tyaun Marshburn, ABC 7. I'm here on Main Street. Every second Sunday of the month, the district hosts an art museum for the community. And at the center of the event is the first El Paso County Jail.
Goes down in my part of town.
I think it's good for the community to come out here and see what there is in San Luis, our great history that we have here.
Keep on walking.
The reenactment takes place in 1876, telling the story of Billy the Kid and his riding partner John Mackey. The two came to town with one mission: to break Makiti Segura out of jail.
Hey Billy, what's your plan? Well, this is what I figured.
One visitor said he developed a love for history after reading stories with his grandfather.
It's like a movie scene. Like, I read that he came at 3 a.m. and he was like acting like he was a Texas Ranger, and they once he got in, he like stuck him up and broke his buddy out of jail, which is that's a true friend, really.
Get in there! Get away with it! Get him in the cell! Get him a bullet bean so he doesn't starve!
My favorite part was definitely the little shootout they had. That was pretty cool.
Oh, he got the bullet.
He says everyone should come out at least once.
Even if you don't have a lot of time, it's perfect for like just a little stop by and then look around afterwards. They have live music, which is pretty cool.
Everybody's so down on taking statues down and doing that kind of stuff, erasing history, and we learn from history. So the best thing to do is continue to learn and continue to come see it and learn where you come from.
And if you missed this show, you have another opportunity to catch it August 10th. Reporting, Tyaun Marshburn, ABC 7. Today I created these Easter baskets, including this special one for under $30. Let me show you how I did it. As soon as I entered Dollar Tree, I was greeted with the Easter selection. In my mind, I wanted to create 3 baskets for different ages.
27 with 6 cents.
So we are all done. I actually got enough stuff to make 4 baskets, and my total was $27.06. Having this mic makes me feel like an ASMR influencer, so I have to do this. Reporting from another Dollar Tree, let's see what else we can get with our remaining money. Although I was happy with the Easter baskets, I felt like they were missing something. Ooh, look at this. I think this is it. After making one more stop, I was ready to put it all together. Thank you. A lot of candy, some toys. So for the first basket, I was thinking of like a teenage girl. So I got this basket with a little bunny. And we're not going to waste anything. So the first thing I'm going to do is stuff the bottom of the basket with these bags that I got from the Dollar Tree. Next, I added shredded paper to cover the bags and make it look pretty. Then I added all the goodies. First one is complete. For my next basket, I was thinking an option for a boy. So again, we're going to start with these bags. Fill the bottom of the bucket. And we can't forget our furry friends. This puppy pal has a toy, peanut butter treats, and a chicken bone. These baskets were made for a grand total of $29.12. So this is just a reminder that you don't have to break the bank to have a fun Easter. This is the Calderon family a few years ago. Right in the middle is Florangela, mom, wife, and educator. In 2024, she was named EPISD's Secondary Teacher of the Year. Happy moments of success, but at that time, she and her family were already facing an unexpected battle. In 2023, she was diagnosed with colorectal cancer. A year later, she was diagnosed with bone cancer.
She had tumors in her liver, brain, and spine. Doctors told her there was nothing they could do to save her. It was terminal. Florangela's daughter, Eliana, had her 15th birthday coming up. And like many girls, she wanted a quinceañera, but the time was running out.
Since I'm in hospice, I wanted to make sure that I experienced something that I wasn't going to experience later on in the future.
So Florangela posted on social media, "Every day is a struggle, and I'm pushing through and praying for as many days as possible. But of course, I don't know how long I have. So I'm trying to give my daughter a very last-minute quinceañera.
And I'm not going to see her wedding or any of those special moments. So that was just something important for me to see."
In the post, Florangela asked for the public to help find the perfect dress for Eliana.
Everybody was willing to help. So that just, it took me hours to read all the messages. It was beautiful.
Florangela's husband, Pedro, was also thankful.
The community's been really good. God's been good. He always is. And I'm grateful for this because it's something we didn't think we could ever have.
Among the list of those eager to help was Elodia Purchase, the owner of Bridal Novias.
I feel that everyone deserves a beautiful quinceañera when they want one. And so when we heard that her mother was ill, we felt, well, we're here to help Eliana.
Purchase donated the dress to the family at no cost.
I'm not anybody special, but it made me feel really good to see that they're willing to help me, my daughter, my family, my boys. I was just seeing all the positivity, showing that El Paso really is full of love.
Because of her condition, this quinceañera carried weight far beyond tradition for Florangela. Much like the Hollywood theme of the quinceañera, the night was something out of a movie. Her golden gown glided across the dance floor like a scene from a fairy tale come to life. There was a mist of tears in the room as Florangela whispered the words, "I love you," to her daughter.
I just want to thank the El Paso community for the prayers and your generosity, your volunteering. It was just coming together. Just thank you, because it means so much, and I really don't know how long I have, but this is going to be a very good memory for me and my family. So thank you.
Florangela adds that she's thankful to El Paso for giving her daughter this gift and God for allowing her to see it. Reporting, Tyaun Marshburn, ABC 7.